Most of my students these days are fairly proficient at searching the internet. After all, they're online every day, looking up their grades, looking up their friends, emailing, looking up directions, football scores, etc. The problem with this, though, that confidence from being a skilled searcher can actually be detrimental when a student approaches academic research like mere information retrieval. You cannot research the war in Afghanistan as quickly and simply as you look up the score of last night's Raiders game. It just doesn't work. Let me show you what I mean. Write a research paper on the Afghanistan war. A student will then go to Google, type in Afghanistan war, 7.5 million web pages, and they get almost immediately sucked into this information vortex and are getting information and getting information and getting information, and then suddenly they wake up and realize their paper's due in 2 days. They have all of this information but don't really know how to organize it efficiently into a paper. I like to tell my students that this approach to research is like going to the grocery store with the munchies. It's just never a good idea. You do not make good decisions. You end up filling your cart with Chunky Monkey ice cream and pork skins. You just go out looking for information and put everything into your cart. Some of it's going to be good, and a whole bunch of it is not going to be good. And so what we teach in the library is for students to develop a list of research questions, effectively a grocery list. And if you've ever gone shopping with a grocery list, you know it's the best way to save time and money. You go in, you get what you want, and you get out. Research questions are a pretty quick and simple way to effectively organize your research. What it does is it changes your quest from this very vague, I'm looking for information, to a very specific, I am looking for answers to several questions that I've posed. And once I find these answers, I'm getting out of the store. And they're very simple questions. You know, what is the war in Afghanistan? Why is it an issue? What is the necessary background information or history that I need to understand this issue? What caused the war? What are the effects of the war? What are the arguments for our involvement? What are the arguments against our involvement? Very simple, but what this allows me to do is to go out into this huge storehouse of information, and when I find an article that lays out the history of U.S. involvement with Afghanistan, I get to check that off my list. And when I find a journal article that promotes our involvement in Afghanistan, I get to check that question off my list. And of course, the ultimate gift here is once you've checked all those questions off your list, you get to get out of the store. You get to stop information gathering and really turn your attention to the important part of research, which is reading and thinking and reflecting.